Lefebure joins us today, co-founder and chief creative officer of Design Army in Washington, D.C. Bangkok roots, US-trained graphic designer, a creative director who pairs high craft with fearless storytelling. Think the Washington Ballet, Hong Kong Ballet, Bloomingdale's, big ideas, flawless execution. She's known for radical clarity. From day one, she targeted fashion, performing arts and culture, then built the portfolio to match. Even turned a yard sale poster into her first client. Proof that every touch point is a calling card. In this episode, we get into designing your dream creative career and what it takes. Choosing clients with intent, running two buckets, paid work and passion work. Leading under pressure when shoots go sideways, staying relevant as tech, taste and timelines shift. Get the kettle on, make it Yorkshire tea. Let's go. This season of the Creative Boom podcast is proudly sponsored by James Cropper, the last mill standing in Britain for premium coloured paper. Its new colour source range puts designers first, giving you direct access to 50 stunning shades in a range of weights and textures straight from the mill. Incredible colour, crafted in the Lake District and delivered straight to your door. Discover the paper that brings your ideas to life via paperandpackaging.jamescropper.com. Pum, it is so nice to meet you. At long last, we are finally having our lovely chat.
Nice to meet you too. I'm looking forward to this one. How are you today?
I'm just great. I was really pleased to see. I think you were having a good old British cup of tea then.
Yes. How do you know?
Well, what can I say? I know a good brew. I can spot one a mile off.
It's English tea. That's,
yes.
One of my ritual every morning for the last 10 years. I have the same breakfast, which is English
just tea.
Milk. Yeah. I used to be a heavy coffee drinker. And since, I've been on shoot so much and I travel for clients or be on a photo shoot and have to get up early, and I just switch from coffee to tea because I said, my life, I need some sort of consistency every morning. And, having a tea bag with you at all time, whether you're on the plane or jet lag in Asia or get up super early or at the shoot where, there's not really good coffee. It just gives you that little constant consistency in your life, which is nice.
It's really nice. You're talking to somebody who's British. This is part of my everyday ritual. I have about 8 cups of tea a day. It's what keeps me going. But now you've got to bring in the ritual of you've got to have a biscuit. I mean, I don't actually have a biscuit with my tea, but that's the tradition over here. You have to have a biscuit with the tea. But do you have a biscuit of choice, or do you not go there?
I usually just tea with milk, very simple.
Yes, I like that.
Or sometimes I put like a little collagen powder in there.
Ooh, very good. Yeah, I need to remember to do that. I keep forgetting. I did try some collagen powder that was so strong that my tea turned into like Bovril. It was horrible. Do you have a particular tea brand?
My aunt who lived in Cambridge gave me this really inexpensive tea called Red Label.
Oh, okay.
From like a grocery store, Salisbury. Is that what it is in England?
I'm going to send you some Yorkshire tea bags. They're the best.
Okay, send it to me. I just, because the tea bag came in like a little round pouch and it's super, super tasty. And
yes. Well, I feel like the pressure's on now. What if you hate Yorkshire tea and then I'll be forever in...
I would love to try.
All right, I will send you some. Absolutely. Now, this isn't a podcast about tea, although we do like to warm things up. We're actually talking to you today about how to design your dream creative career and find your ideal clients. And in 40 minutes, that sounds like a lot to get through. But I feel like with you, from everything I've learned and seen, you have a brilliant way of getting right to the heart of the truth. And so we're not going to sort of dilly-dally. You're going to tell us how to get there. How does somebody build a creative career as successful as yours? Go.
I think first you have to have a goal. You
Yeah.
have to have a vision of where do you want to be 5 years from now. And you have to have that vision because without a goal, it's really hard to score. Like it's impossible, right? You can go day by day and finish this project, next project, but then you not stay on the path that where you want to reach. So I live in Washington, D.C., and when I started my own business with Jake, my husband, we thought, okay, we want to do work in art, fashion, entertainment, because we like those. But I live in Washington. Washington, D.C. is not known for creative city. The government shut down today. I mean, that's when you think of D.C., you think of the government, White House. We are the capital of the United States. So very, in a way, not that sexy. But we thought, okay, this is cool. It's our opportunity to change the city. And I love this city. I'm originally from Bangkok, Thailand, and that's like huge city, 15 million people. And this is somewhat manageable, and I quite like it. And we thought, okay, we're going to start with just do something cool. It's, funny. One of my first clients came in from a yard sale.
Wow. Okay. How did that happen? Were you sort of sat outside just waiting for customers?
No, we used to have a full-time jobs, and then I was creative director, and Jake was creative director as a branding agency too, and we just got married and we moved to the new house, and we thought, okay, we need to get rid of some of this college furniture. We don't want it anymore, so we opened a garage and created this beautiful retail shop in our garage. And I designed flyers to go put all around Washington. And it looks like a fashion brand, in a way. It's like yard sale and like design. It's so cool. And then we had a lot of people came in, and then it was 3:00 in the afternoon. One of the guys came in and it's like, who is this? Who designed this poster? And I thought I did. And he's like, okay, I am starting my own business, and I'm starting my own consulting firm with my partner, and we are looking for a graphic designer.
Wow.
And that person used to work for President Clinton.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you do in Washington, D.C.
Right. So like you never know. So like from a yard sale, then he and his partner became our first clients. And they connect us to the Washington Ballet. They connect us to HRC. So every opportunity, you sometimes it's luck, but then you have to do everything at the highest level of craft, even a yard sale signage. You never know. Right.
I love that.
And that's how we start Design Army. We start getting freelance clients to the point that we had to quit our job and start our own thing.
That's the first time I've heard a designer say they got their big break by designing their own yard sale. That's brilliant. And did you manage to sell everything that day?
No, there's like stuff in there still, but it was fun to get the first client through a yard sale sign.
I think great things happen when you do something creative, when you just think outside the box and just really go for it.
Right. It's like super cool, beautiful yard sale sign all around the city. People grab it and you never know.
So where did this creativity come from, Pum? What was your sort of childhood like? Did you always have this dream? How you said you set out to have a goal. Did you always have this dream that you would be doing what you're doing today, or was it just not something that ever crossed your mind?
I grew up as an artist. I always draw and paint, and I'm the art kid at school. And my mom always, I told my mom that when I grew up, I want to be an artist. And not until my high school year, I saw it at campaign for the United Color of Benetongs. And it was, designed by Tibor Carmen. And I was just mind-blowing by the visual image. I mean, if you remember, there's like one ad that have 3 raw hearts, and it's a white, black, yellow. And there's one ad, it's like the image of a priest kissing a nun. And it was, as a girl who went to Catholic school all my life, I was shocked.
Yes, me. Well, I didn't go to Catholic school, but I was brought up a Catholic as well, so I understand this. My goodness.
And it's just like, whoa, what is this thing? It's like a visual language that I have never ever seen before. And as a teenage girl, I thought it was intriguing and cool. You're a little bit rebellious and you want something like, at that time, there's no such thing as diversity. But that's back in the 90s. And to see that for the first time, it was mind blowing. And then I was like, okay, what is this thing called? And I asked my mom, and she said, this is called advertising. And I thought, okay, maybe I don't want to be an artist. I want to do something cool like this so millions of people can see the work. So I start subscribe or go to the magazine stand and look at Color magazine. Do you remember?
No, I don't know.
Color magazine, designed by T-Ball Carmen, by the United Color of Benetton. And it was just, back then, it was not about fashion necessarily. It's about human all around the world. And it talks about AIDS pandemic. It was talk about equality. It's talk about, the very, very hard subject. And, it's like something that I've kind of have never seen before, and I was become very interested in editorial design, and that's how I told my mom that I want to study in the United States, study graphic design.
So that is incredible, and then you kind of moved to Washington D.C., and the rest is history.
No, I went to school in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
As a foreign exchange student for a year, and then I got art scholarship to a school in Virginia as well.
Wow.
So and then I called my mom. I was like, I'm not coming home. I'm staying here. I like it here.
What did she say?
I mean, I'm the oldest girl, right? And she was like, okay, if you think that's your path in life, we'll support you.
Oh, that's nice.
And yeah, so I studied graphic design.
Oh, I love that.
And I love it because, then I always looking at art for my design inspiration. Always, art is always going to be part of who I am and things we create at Design Army. But design is very practical and fun, and more people get to see it, right? So you feel a little bit more modern and cool. And back in the 90s, that's when you stop using cut and paste, and the computer get introduced. And I remember my senior year, the teacher was like, okay, who want to take this class? You have to cut Ruby lith. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to the computer lab. So, I was like, start coding the website, it's like coding the website and doing all kinds of cool experiment with Flash, remember?
Yes, good grief.
The Flash, I know Flash website. So it's fun. I think design is always evolving and change, and you have to keep up all the time. And I think that's one thing about being a designer. You not only have to keep up with the technology, you always have to keep up with the business of where the market and brands want. So, for example, when I start as a graphic designer, in the 2000, we do a lot of annual reports, we do a lot of logo, we do a lot of branding, right? And then we realize that more and more people really spend more time on YouTube. That's like early 2000, the YouTube was blowing up. And I was like, okay, we have done enough graphic design. How can we be this YouTube cool? So we start working on fashion client, editorial client locally, do like Washingtonian brand groom, Washingtonian fashion. And then the next thing you know, Bloomingdale saw our work for a redesign magazine for Washingtonian brand groom. We went to New York pitching our design company, and then we got a job to design the whole catalog
Wow.
for Bloomingdale Bridal Registry, which is like 200 pages. Next thing you know, we do Bloomingdale's Christmas catalog, and then we get into fashion, even though we sit in Washington, right? And it's about, you know what, my advice for the young designers or young entrepreneur who start a business is that pick your client wisely. The client that you are picking today is going to set the tone for the client that you're going to have tomorrow. Even though they might not pay as much as, let's say, the client in tech or medical or government, take some of the project that you think is going to build your portfolio to attract the next client.
Yes. That goes back to what you said at the very start, which was always have a goal in mind and work backwards.
Right. Because we know that we want to be in fashion. We know we want to do more editorial work. So you kind of need to experiment and do your own project before any client's gonna come and hire you for that, because people will hire you based on your portfolio. So if I'm sitting in Washington, D.C., and I'm just take all the tech government projects, then the next thing you know, I'm gonna have a lot of government projects, and then I would never get to where I want to go.
Yeah. I can't imagine you enjoying that kind of work.
No, we had some, but we have none. We have one government project right now, but I think you need to know where you want to go and be willing to put aside, your 60 hours. I'm saying 60 to 80 hours when you first start a business, because it is. My first 5 years, I work all the time. And it's almost like you have two buckets, the pay project and the fun project. The pay project, of course, you have to, take whatever you need, because when you start your business, you need to pay yourself, pay your first employees, all that stuff, right? And I told Jake, one thing that we want to do to make sure that Design Army is not Pum and Jake, it's going to be a company. Because I don't want to just be two of us as a freelancer when we first started. Mm-hmm. So, that we have to take every project that we can take and then do the fun project. And the fun project is what's going to attract the new talent.
Mm. Yeah. Yes.
Even though it's like self-promotion or do collaboration with a chocolate brand or do some fun packaging for a local coffee shop. And that's how you start, building your own portfolio toward the goal that you want to, to the sector and the client you want to be in.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people working really hard, but I see these days a lot of people waiting for things to happen. They're not like,
no,
and it's not going to happen.
Nothing is going to happen. It's like you have to dream, like nothing is going to drop from the sky. Like it's impossible. Dream doesn't work unless you do. You have to work on it toward that dream. Like nothing in my experience with any successful creative director, entrepreneur, one thing that everyone have in common, that they are working very hard and they know exactly what they want.
And have worked backwards. I mean, this is the thing I always say. It's my advice too. If you want something, you have to figure out how to get there and then be prepared to put in the hours. I think in our careers, since we graduated from college, university, there's been this shift to, no, we're not going to work hard. We've got to, work-life balance and all the rest of it. And that is very true. It is important to look after our health and our mental health and not to burn ourselves out. But it's sometimes muddied, that sort of sentiment, in that people are just sometimes too shy of hard work. And I'm sorry, but talent will only get you so far. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the graft. There's no other way of getting around it, really.
That's the piece of advice that I really don't like, the work-life balance thing.
Because you're not good at it.
I'm actually not good at it. It's funny, when I start Design Army, I had the grand plan, right? The 5 years plan is like, we start Design Army, we're gonna build the studio to X amount of people, and then I'll have kids 5 years down the road. Literally 1 month after we start Design Army and I went on my own, I find out that I got pregnant. And I was like, great.
Good timing.
good timing. How am I going to do it? And, my mom was like, okay, you work with your husband and, it's really important to have a work-life balance to separate the two. And I tried and I was miserable, because I can't. I'm trying to build a company. I'm super pregnant. What am I going to do? I also have this dream to build up to 5 people within one year. So you just kind of, there is no time for work-life balance because what's fixed is 24 hours. So what I've done is instead of separate them, kind of reframe the thinking. Okay, how I balance this is not about separating the two. It's about combine it and blend it together to make it fun. So I would take Sophie, she's 2 years old. She'll come to the photo shoot with us and like a baby because she doesn't know. I remember she didn't like to have a babysitter. So it was okay, come. And then she's grew up in the business too.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of have your own business. You can do whatever you want. So I'm just kind of create my own, the way that work for me.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people listen to many advice and then they try to follow those advice and it doesn't work for them and they feel like a failure. Don't, listen to it, but what works for you.
Exactly. And how old's Sophie now?
She's in college. She's just turned 20 and she's grew up in the business and she's studying animation. She's in New York and I think, this is an example of a kid who grew up in the business and she's very inspired by everything and got, we are teaching, or she's just seen the design process or huge photo shoots since she was little. So it's not like you be unprofessional to bring kids to work. It's about, how do you manage your day and with the most maximum, how can you maximize your time, both work and life that works for you.
Well, that's great to hear that she's doing so well. And she must be living the dream. Where did she say she was at college? She in New York. Actually, don't tell me where she is because obviously, privacy. But that's great. Oh, and I bet she's really into fashion, isn't she?
She's into fashion. She's working on animation. But I think she's going to be a good entrepreneur. She start having her business, something that she wants to do. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I think if you are somebody who wants to grow a business like Design Army, I think you have to be entrepreneurial. You have to love fixing one problem after the other, trying to solve that next thing, chasing after the clients. I mean, what is it about running Design Army that you enjoy the most, that really keeps you going? Because it will be hard work. Yeah,
I have my own business for 20 years now.
Wow.
And, it's obviously it's up and down. And, I think we did something right for sure. And one thing I tell myself every day is that, yes, Design Army, we have built a very good company, but you can't get too comfortable. Boom, I tell myself, you have to think like a startup every day, because when you get comfortable, when you feel like you're at the top of the mountain, the only way is down. So you always have to be nimble and like don't feel that, okay, we are so great, it's going to be fine, all the client is going to come. It doesn't work that way. I mean, clients change, the client is getting younger, they want something new and fresh. So for me, my job is always innovate and push, try something new, work on AI, bring in artists, do a performing arts, do the sound design. And I think that's what make me alive as a creative director and owner of the company. And when you are excited about trying something new, you are excited your team too. Because it's just not the same thing every day, and that takes a lot of passion to have that. Because I know a lot of my friends who've been in the business for 20 plus years, they're just like, okay, I have enough. I want to retire.
Wow.
I was just like, I think that the retirement scares me. I think that when you stop working, you stop being relevant, and when you're not relevant, then you just get left behind. And for me, I don't think I ever gonna retire.
I think I'm the same. I've just started doing vlogging and putting myself as the face of Creative Boom again. It's terrifying. I'm 47 now, and there was a moment where I was like, am I too old to put my face on? Which is ridiculous. It's absurd. But am I too old to put my face as the face of Creative Boom? It's ridiculous. But I just want to be doing this forever. I love it. I mean, why would we do anything else if this is what we absolutely love?
Yeah, I think learning is a very important part of being a human. It's a mindset too. Sometimes I've seen a lot of designers like, oh, there's this AI thing, I have to relearn again, and there's this new program. But that's the point.
I love it.
The world is moving every day, so expect it that it's going to be changed every single day, and your job is to keep up with it.
This season of the Creative Boom podcast is sponsored by James Cropper, the last paper mill of its kind still making premium coloured paper right here in Britain. For nearly 2 centuries, they've been perfecting the art of colour and craftsmanship in the Lake District. Their new Colour Source range gives designers direct access to 50 beautiful shades, all made with care, precision, and a deep love of making things properly. Discover the joy of British-made paper at paperandpackaging.jamescropper.com. I like the analogy of a mountain because you'll walk to the top of a mountain, or walk, sometimes scramble, sometimes go on your belly and sweating and you get to the top and you think when you get to the top, oh, that'll be it. But actually the mist clears and you look across the landscape and you see, oh, there's another mountain over there, and there's another mountain over there. I've got to climb that as well, and that one, and so on and so forth. And there is sometimes a point where you must surely say, why do I do this to myself?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's getting tired running a business for 20 years, ups and downs. The COVID hit. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future? But you just have to have the mindset that, I almost always think that I was born to do this.
Yes.
And then that's why a lot of work that we have done, not only do the work for the client, whether it's branding or advertising, but I do the work that I like, for example, like something like Hong Kong Ballet or something with the art and design, because I really feel like I have this gift of creativity and have great imagination. My team is the same. We are giving a piece of love, giving a piece of creativity and imagination and project it into the world. In a way, like I take pride of what we do and see our product, our design as a gift to the client, as a gift to a startup, as a gift to community, as a gift to Hong Kong Ballet. It's a different mindset. So it's not client agency relationship and bitching and complaining about client. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's just like, see, it's like, wow, someone coming to you and pay for you to imagine.
It's amazing.
What a gift.
I know. I'm very jealous. That Hong Kong ballet project, and you've been working with them for a while now. The first one that I ever saw was absolutely stunning. It was so colourful and clever because you just incorporated fashion. What was that? Were you on set when you did that first shoot?
Yeah, that project is, because we have been doing really great photography, art direction for a while, at Design Army. And that was my first project that has 360 design thinking in terms of producing a film. We call it design film, right? So the campaign called Never Standing Still. So we envision, taking the dancer to dance all around the city of Hong Kong, because city of Hong Kong is really bright and colorful. And, we want to talk about how ballet can be a very vibrant art form, and ballet can bring Hong Kong to life. And, the mood board, how we sketch everything out is like bright, vivid, and colorful. And guess what? When we went to Hong Kong for the shoot, it was typhoon.
Oh, gosh.
Typhoon is coming. And it's like, it was so much work. It was 6 months of planning, because not only we created the storyboard, we also worked with a music and composer to create a piece of music before we go filming. We worked with the choreographer, Subteam Beber, who's an artistic director, to choreograph that to the music. We designed the costume, so it's blend with the city of Hong Kong. So, we were like fashion designer, work on the makeup and hair direction. Every single thing that you see in that film, beautiful. We designed.
It's beautiful.
It's like art direction on steroid. Went to Hong Kong, the typhoon came. I mean, it's like my bright and vivid vision. It's all dark and it's rain the whole entire time. And that was miserable, right? you like, imagine like something you work so hard for 6 months, choreograph and everything, and it's raining the whole entire week. And the team was like, so what do the producers say we should cancel? And I was like, no. We are not going to cancel it, because I have a next job next week. I have to fly to Bangkok. I can't move it. We are going to shoot it, but we have to be very careful, because there's jumping and dancing of 30 to 40 dancers. You have to make sure they're not falling off and falling down. So we had to shoot this in between the typhoon. So like literally, like it was rain and wind. And it stopped, and then the sun come out. It's like, okay, everyone grab your mop and go clean. Everyone's just like clean the basketball court, make sure it's safe, and then we shoot really quickly, and then the rain comes in again. And that's the role of creative director. When you have 100 people waiting for you to say, is this a go or no go? I mean, that put me in, like, I have to make a decision that, what, we are going to do it. I talked to sub-team and the director, and they say, like, we should go for it. And that's the role of the leader. Sometimes like you have to lead a vision and ensure and make sure that everyone feels on board.
That's the other aspect, isn't it? Because you've successfully realized a dream. You've built this amazing creative agency, done some brilliant projects. But that's the next thing. You've got to also, amongst all of the work and all of the kind of admin and all of the challenges and deadlines, you have to be a really great leader as well. And that doesn't come overnight, does it? That in itself is a skill.
Yeah, it is a skill. And I think the more it's, you have to make a very difficult decision at the day before the shoot, right? I always tell the younger creative director, my creative director, is like our role as creative director is three things. One, you are a coach, coaching the young talents and make sure they, get better and better. Two is a cheerleader. Because sometimes your design team just feel down, they don't want to work, it's work too hard, or they don't feel like, they're doing a good job. Then you have to cheer them up. And third, you are a plumber. You're fixing things. It's not glamorous. It's like it's always shit happens and you have to fix it right away. I mean, that is part of the job. It's not red roses, to the promised land. Like, it's not like that whatsoever. It's every job coming in with problems, and you have to like problems if you are an entrepreneur.
Yes. And there's nothing more satisfying than solving them.
Yes. Yeah. And, and the client, and same too, the client love to work with someone who know how to solve the problem quickly on their behalf and give them confidence that I can ensure you this rain and this not colorful thing gonna look beautiful. And it's funny because we got the footage, right? When come back to the US, we got the footage and it looked like shit. It looked horrible. So it's not sunny, it's not colorful, it's not what I have imagined. So I was like, okay, we got to rethink, what are we gonna do? So work with the color grade company 3, which is like they always grade most major film in Hollywood. We was like, okay, let's do this. We're not going to get to the bright because we're not going to get there. So imagine this is Hong Kong year 2070. We are in the future that is a little bit dark and it's like muted color, but then we want, it to feel very futuristic Hong Kong, but then do a punchy neon color on the yellow, punch that up. So you got to work with what you have. And it's end up, to me, more beautiful than what I had original thinking of, like the bright and vivid, because it feels a little off and it feels futuristic.
I love that. Just reframe it. And yeah, that's the way we should do things with all of our creative careers and our personal life too. You can control some things, you can't control others. It's about, but what you can control is your reaction.
Yeah. And because if you just think like, oh, I failed, the footage looks terrible, what am I going to tell the client? It's like, what are you going to do? I mean, you just have to keep going and pivot and look at things differently. And how can we take something that is not so beautiful to be what you have seen?
It's clear that your career has had a lot of grit, passion, and perseverance. Dare I say it, a hell of a lot of determination. What have been the hardest grit moments behind all the glossy moments?
It's a little bit hard. I feel like the last 5 years with the social media and TikTok and now AI, I think the hardest part right now is the speed that the client expected us to produce. We can do it fast. Absolutely. I'm pretty quick. I can do stuff really fast. But there is a desire for the speed. Let's get it out there. It doesn't have to be so, it's good enough. It's always the culture of from some of the client, not all clients. It's like, let's just get it out. It's better to go fast than perfect. So there's this theory, which is all about perfection, right?
Yeah.
So that's to me is hard. And the clients they value likes, they value views, they value whatever you can see that it's measurable on social media, sometimes more than the art itself.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I think they appreciate. I mean, our clients are really good. I'm just talking about the client in general.
Yeah.
Both design army client and non-design army client. I've just seen a lot of mediocre work out there, which make me a little bit sad because, that craftsmanship, the storytelling and carefulness start to
Compromise.
be replaced. Yeah. So that, which, recently we have done social first campaign, do something really fun and fast. It got a lot of view. But if you ask me, am I proud of those work? Not as much as something like Hong Kong Ballet that I knew that that's something that I'm super proud of, my team's proud of, the client's proud of. It's become a dance reference film for the whole ballet industry globally. And Sophie gonna like it, my granddaughter gonna like it, my great-great-granddaughter gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's back to that we did create a gift to the world.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit worried about good enough. Like even AI, when you think about it, now I don't think people care whether it's a real AI model or real person. How real is real? How real does an ad has to be real now?
Well, it's going to get worse, isn't it? We're not going to be able to define it.
Yeah. So and it's like, it's real enough, right? It's real enough. Okay, I get it. So it's like, I think we are changing that, it's like human and the cloning model to present clothing is okay. So that's where the world is at.
Yes.
I'm still on the fence. I'm pro AI, but at the same time, I'm a little bit worried.
It's just been a really difficult decade for everyone, and particularly for creatives. Everything's changing so fast. And just going back to your point about clients, they always say, don't they, you can choose that you can either have fast, cheap, or quality. Just pick two. And my concern is that with everything being required so fast, then, like you say, that quality is compromised. And then it isn't work that you're very proud of. However, because there's a lot of, the whole kind of social media is like saturated, I feel like Design Army, all the other amazing creative agencies out there who are creating beautiful work with real thought and heart, that's only going to get more important once the brands and the clients realize, actually, let's just slow back down. We don't need to rush. We can take our time, and to get noticed and to ensure that our brand sticks to its principles, we just need to go back to what makes creativity, oh my God, great again. I thought, why am I coming out with Trumpisms? Let's make creativity great again. Oh gosh, boom. Damn line has got to me.
What's funny about it, I think my daughter generation, I asked Sophie the other day, it's like, do you like AI stuff? It looks cool. You are Gen Z, it's very kind of futuristic looking. And she's like, no, I don't like AI because I can spot the AI. And I think we might be surprised that it's going to be some pushback, because imagine if there's a huge difference between watching two people playing chess game live versus seeing you playing chess game with a computer.
100%.
It's not the same thing.
No.
So there's that human element to like really see two people like really thinking and grab a chess piece and move. There's something that really interesting to watch because you see the human emotional and how he and she thinks versus just like the computer would just like move the chess piece perfectly. Like that's not the same thing.
No.
And I think, more and more, maybe the Gen Z might push back.
Yeah, I can already see it happening in real life events as well. I feel like they're going to become, really sought after. People will just naturally lean more towards what's real.
Yeah, but it's different too. Like there's this trend in major city in New York and LA that it's called clubbing, but it's the club. You know how our generation will go like Friday night and clubbing and Saturday night, whatever. These kids, they don't drink as much as our generation, so they would have like 8 o'clock raving at a coffee shop.
Wow.
And they're like, like really, like they are like full. Imagine a coffee shop full of young generation college kids, high school kids, and they are up and ready to go between 8 to 10 o'clock, and everyone was having fun. I know we like still try to take a hangover pill, but yeah. So it's, I think it's different. So I like looking at Gen Z, Gen Alpha. I like looking at kids and how they think, because that's where you become more relevant and kind of adapt to their aesthetic. I love looking at younger kids in New York walking around with their fashion and and like right now it's like back to the 90s. Everything looks like 90s again.
Yes, it really does. That's so nostalgic for me. I'm actually sort of buying a few new clothes at the moment, and I'm buying like baggy jeans again and lots of volume. And I thought, oh, why not? We're not getting out alive. So you really, we've gone through such change, you and I, over the last couple of decades. It's been tough, the decade so far, but I'm excited. I feel like you're excited too. There's still so much to learn. But how do you personally define success now? Is it still about chasing the dream clients, or is it something else?
Really good question. I think chasing the dream client, I feel like we have a lot of dream client, new client is always good. The success right now is doing what we are good at and pushing ourselves and continue to innovate. Yeah. I think that's the success, and like be relevant to whatever throwing at us. I think if we are not, we've been working with the AI for almost 4 years now. We did like a campaign that was in Fast Company for Georgetown optician that we used.
I remember.
You remember the campaign?
Yeah.
That's like back 4 years ago when nobody even know what Midjourney is. What we did was taking online classes from the e-coms and then creating the model in Midjourney and then kind of superimpose it and animate it. But that was like back then, because I was just really curious of how we can use this AI. So those are kind of things. Like now we are working with how do we create Hong Kong ballet campaign, something like that, with AI, but mixed with real dancer. So I think it's a hybrid. So it's about innovation. The success for me is like keep innovating.
Yeah.
The success will, the success will come, but you can never be successful if you stop innovating and stop being relevant to what the future needs.
I feel like you're the perfect person to lead the way, Pum, because it's going to be changing so fast over the next 12 months.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's funny. We did an ad campaign for a beauty brand. And for sudden, I was scrolling into Instagram one day and I was like, gosh, this ad looks kind of like our ad. And it was an ad about like, you don't need to hire creative agency anymore. We can produce this kind of work within 5 hours. And then like one of the example of the ad looks it's clearly that they upload our photos and, split that ad. So that's going to be another thing about copyright infringement. How do you clone someone work? And then, is there a rule and law that protecting that? It's gonna be it's a Wild West. It's gonna be a Wild West for sure.
But I feel like we've had some good practice these last 20 years. I feel like we're ready for the next fight.
I think human first is the way to do it. I still try to convince the client to shoot things for real. You know, it's too easy. AI is too easy, and I think people appreciate the process.
They do, and I think it makes them feel warmer towards a brand.
Yeah, you can if you are a beauty brand and you want to do AI model with Photoshop color of the brush, easy. But is that authentic? Is that how the color prefusion is gonna look on that skin tone? Or are you just faking it? I think that when brand really need to think, what is the value of authenticity?
Yeah.
Are you really want to fake everything? It's easy, it's cheap. Do you really, after all this innovation, creating this beautiful palette for lipstick and brushes, are you really just gonna cut corner here? It's sometimes can hurt the brand more than help.
Definitely.
Are you really saving by not telling the true story? Or sometimes I scare the client, what kind of lie do you want me to tell?
Yeah, it's true. I think it will save us all. Well, on that note, Pum, thank you so much for joining Creative Boom on our podcast.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That was Pum Lefebure of Design Army. Highlights, I think, was that you have to set a 5-year goal and work backwards. Choose your clients with intent. Think about what you're going to be doing in the next year because it's going to shape tomorrow's calls. And treat everything, and I mean everything, as a portfolio. Even a poster at a yard sale can open doors. If you enjoyed this episode, please do follow the Creative Boom podcast in your favourite app. A quick rating or review helps more creatives find us. And for show notes and more inspiration, just head over to creativeboom.com/podcast. Oh, and don't forget you can join the newsletter and say hello on Instagram and any other social channel at Creative Boom. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on Thursday back with Pum for the Spark, where we get to know Pum a little bit better and find out how she takes her tea. Thanks again to James Cropper for sponsoring this season of the Creative Boom podcast. Remember, its colour source range gives designers direct access to 50 beautiful shades and a choice of textures, all crafted in the Lake District and delivered straight to your door. Explore the collection and bring your next project to life at paperandpackaging.jamescropper.com.